Welcome to BioThoughts. So today we are going to discuss the interesting session of biological classification, and in that the page number 12 of Ncert biology. And we know that in the fungi they had chitin in their cell wall, but the green plants they are having what, cellulosic cell wall. So when such characteristics were considered, fungi were placed in a separate kingdom. The kingdom name is kingdom fungi, because fungi had chitin in their cell wall. Then all prokaryotic organisms were grouped together under Monera, and that is, prokaryote means which contain bacteria and all. They were grouped under the kingdom Monera. So fungi under kingdom fungi, and prokaryotic organisms were grouped under. Prokaryote means what? Pro means primitive nucleus. That is not, there is no true nucleus present. Genetic material is scattered and seen in the cell, so the cytoplasm. Then the unicellular eukaryotic organism were placed in the Protista, kingdom Protista. So unicellular eukaryotic organisms were placed. They are having true nucleus, but they are unicellular. That groups of organisms are placed under the kingdom Protista. So kingdom Protista has brought together the Chlamydomonas, chlorella, which were earlier where they were placed in. They were placed in what? Algae, within plants. So before they were placed in Chlamydomonas and chlorella was before placed in the kingdom Plantae, that is under algae section and all. But now they are placed under what? The kingdom Protista, because what? They are unicellular eukaryotes, and both are having cell walls. Before, because of the cell wall presence, they were placed under the plants, but they were not what? They were not, we can say that exactly they are not coming under the plants, so they are unicellular eukaryotes. So they were placed in Chlamydomonas, and chlorella is placed now in kingdom Protista. And with paramecium and amoeba, then where does the paramecium and amoeba before they were placed? Before they were placed in the animal kingdom, which lacks cell wall, but now they are placed in the kingdom Protista because unicellular eukaryotic organisms they are. So we found here that it has put together organisms which were in earlier classification were placed in different kingdoms. Now there is kingdom kingdom fungi, which is having chitin cell wall groups of fungi, and then now other kingdom is the kingdom Monera, that is a prokaryotes, and another is the Protista, unicellular eukaryotes. Under that the Chlamydomonas, chlorella, paramecium, amoeba all comes. Then kingdom what? Kingdom Plantae is there. Kingdom Animalia is there. Okay, that's it. This is a classification of RH Whittaker. And this happened because the criteria for classification has changed, and this kind of changes will take place in future too, depending on improvement in our understanding, right? Now we are considering cellular organization, mode of nutrition, reproductive features, everything, right? Of characteristics and evolutionary relationship, when we take consider, it may come improvement in the future also. Over time, an attempt has been made to evolve a classification system which reflects not only morphological. We are not taking a classification system only on morphological, not only the morphological or physiological, the functioning and reproductive similarities, but also what? Phylogenetic. What do you mean by phylogenetic? It is the evolutionary relationship, considering from the primitive to present, and whether they are advanced or they are primitive or likewise. Okay. Yes, in this chapter we will study the characteristics of kingdom Monera, Protista and fungi of Whittaker's system of classification. And Whittaker is a person who brought this five kingdom classification, and the kingdom Plantae and Animalia, commonly referred to as plants and animal kingdoms respectively, will be deal in a separate chapter, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Upcoming chapters we will deal that two kingdoms. In this chapter we are dealing kingdom Monera, Protista and fungi. So we can go to kingdom Monera. So bacteria are the sole members of this group of kingdom Monera, and they are the most abundant microorganisms. Which is the most abundant microorganisms? They are bacteria. Bacteria occurs almost everywhere. If you take hundreds of bacteria are present in a handful of soil. If you take a soil in our hand, there will be hundreds of bacteria in it. They also live in extreme habitats like hot springs. Hot springs we have already discussed in the living world chapter, right? Yes. And deserts, snow, deep oceans, where a few or other life forms can survive. So in extreme conditions also these bacteria are survivable, right? Yes, they are surviving in that extreme conditions, and many of them live in or on other organisms as parasites. Many of them, what they will do, they can live in or other organism inside or on outside on their body surface of other organisms as parasites. And bacteria are grouped under four categories. There are four categories of bacteria based on their shape. That is, see the picture, the spherical cocci, spherical shaped cocci, and that is, coccus is the singular form, cocci is the plural form. The rod shaped, see the rod shaped, what? Rod shaped bacilli. Bacillus is the singular form and bacilli is the plural form. The comma shaped is what? The comma shaped is the vibrio, and vibrium is the singular form. And the spiral shaped spirillum. Spiral shaped spirillum is there, when the plural is spirilla. Okay, so that's all regarding the today's discussion of bacteria of different shapes. We already discussed, so learn this portion, and that's all regarding this page of NCERT 12th page. We will be going through entire NCERT 360-degree. Keep watching and do support, and please subscribe and watch more videos, and you will get notifications, and prepare well.